I'm Dr. Daniel Vandaloon, and this is my book review on Everybody Lies, authored by Seth Stevens Davidovitz. In his book, he notes the four powers of big data are introducing new data, providing honest data, being able to zoom in on small subsegments of the population, and to look at causal experimentation. In offering new types of data, he notes one of the groundbreaking things was link analysis from Google. He also notes text as data, with an example of the differences that he found between verbiage amongst men and women, which I don't think is new data whatsoever. He notes providing honest data as the second big power, and I think that's probably should be the first power, as if this is the most important part of this book. And why do people lie? People lie because they want to feel good about themselves. Roger Turgeneau from the University of Michigan notes that we can't admit to other people that we're a screw-up. We have no incentive to tell the truth, and we're trying to impress the surveyor a lot of the time. In providing honest data, when do people do it? They do it when it's a more impersonal survey. This is why Google searching is thought to provide honest data, because you do it at home in the privacy of your own house. Interestingly enough, the Google search uses autofill and will add in the end of your sentence. In the book, the author notes that when he searched for "is my husband," his number 1 and 2 were gay and cheating, mine were cheating, a narcissist, and bipolar. Interestingly for me, they were different 2 or 3 days before that even. The key here, and the caveat, is there is an ebb and flow of information. The next power is the ability to zone in on small groups, the examples given on the slide, as well as causal experimentation, again, examples given on the slide. The caveats I have here are looking at internet penetration around the world, with significant penetration in the United States, but less in a continent such as Africa. We also have internet use by age in the United States, and you can see as we get older, there's less and less internet use. We're at 66% for 65 and older. Facebook use also, a big source of data. 71% of adult internet users are on Facebook. But there is a breakdown as seen on the slide here, where over 65 years of age, it's only 12% use. There are some disagreements in the methodology of using online data. For example, these authors note that snowball sampling can lead to biases because it's not randomized. However, there are disagreements with other authors, noting that in psychological research, things aren't randomized because we use undergraduate psychology students or professional test takers. And they note that with Facebook, that's such a large and diverse pool to start with, random biases aren't introduced. As a couple of examples, I'm going to look at sports, and we'll look at the number of likes football teams get on Facebook. The Dallas Cowboys by far lead. The issue I have here and some cautions are that, is this a true representation? What are the potential pitfalls? Some people may like more than one team on Facebook. For example, the Packers and Chiefs. Again, the age bias and the Facebook penetration bias is listed in earlier slides. So here we have the old tale from the Buddhists and the Jains of the elephant and the blind man. The man around the elephant, depending on where they are, will tell the elephant is different. So beware of misleading, misrepresented, or massaged data. In general, in closing, this is undoubtedly a vast pile of information. It's dependent on the programmer and the massager. It probably holds a lot of significant truths, but beware the pitfalls. All that glitters is not gold. One of the studies that Mr. Davidovitz mentioned is 8-year-olds coming to their favorite baseball or football team, and his were the Mets. He says that as 8-year-olds, that's when we decide this. When I was 8, I lived in Des Moines. The Iowa Oaks were our AAA baseball team, and they were affiliated with the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's won 2 back-to-back World Series. They came to exhibitions in Des Moines where I got to see Vida Blue, Blue Moon Odom, Raleigh Fingers, Gene Tennis, and all those players. If it's true that at 8 years of age I should have had the impression, I wouldn't be wearing this hat, or would be wearing this hat, but I'm not. I wear that hat. Thanks for listening.